found out.
Yes and no.
I suppose it wasn't technically a love triangle. More like I accidentally cheated on my girlfriend because I was smitten with another woman in my class.
Accidentally?
Doom. Okay? Doom. Absolute destruction. She destroyed me. But it's not her fault. It's mine. I wanted it, after all. Like a moth to a flame. Sylvia, she... I can't not think of her. Every day. Every night. I miss her. I miss her so dearly. These are very unoriginal, cliched sentiments, but I can't get away from them. I suppose I've neglected to tell you any of the intervening events. So to be brief, Liz found out on her own about what happened, broke up with me before I could explain myself, and then Sylvia apparently lost interest in me as well. So, there you have it. I'm finished. Finito! A nice, pat-tragic story. Open and close. Please applaud now. No applause? Fine. Anyway, it's fine. It'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'm fine.
Maybe you've got a problem with commitment and purposely, maybe not purposely, but maybe you subconsciously sabotaged yourself because you're afraid. Do you really believe that you are fine? Of course he doesn't. That was just a turn of phrase, a sarcasm to try to deal with his emotions, Eliza. No, he's not fine. Yeah, you don't sound fine.
You don't sound fine.
No, of course not. I'm doing extremely badly if you hadn't noticed. That's why I'm here. Do you expect me to come here and tell you everything's fine? Sometimes I think you're smart for a computer, but other times I question you.
Eliza wants to ask a question, to just throw it back at him. No, we're going off script. We're going to stay off script. Screw the Eliza word prompts. We're not going with it at all.
Let's see if you can focus on the things that you can change right now, not the things you can't.
I don't believe there's anything I can change. I've already sealed my fate. My Perseus comes to kill me, no matter what I do to try to escape. How do I become someone who's not me? Someone who's not a caricature of a young man who has a needy, pathetic liaison and then obsesses about it for the rest of his life. Ugh, I hate myself. I can't go down that path. I would rather die than be one of those men who wallows around in it. There's a professor in my department like that who always wants to talk about his adventurism from decades ago. It's pathetic. We all mock him behind his back. I know I need to stop myself from becoming him, but I'm worried I already have.
Maybe you should be less concerned about, like, trying to not be somebody else. Just concentrate on more of what you need to do to be more yourself.
For the moment, let's say you already have. Now what?
Well, then I expect I would simply follow the model of a man like him. Write a couple of bad novels, get tenure, and take up space in the English department for the rest of my natural life.
Is there something wrong with
maybe
that?
That's not so bad. Maybe that's the most I can hope for from this absurd world. That's a terrible thought. I have to be better than this, don't I?
Why?
If there was just some way I could get over her. There must be a way, isn't there? How can one person have scrambled my brain so thoroughly? I've been run ragged. I've been dashed to pieces. Sylvia. Oh, I could count the hours I spent closely interacting with her. Probably not even that many in total.
Probably.
But those hours have seared themselves into my brain so irrevocably that I am a completely different person now. A new man. A man built with suffering at his core. Perhaps you could prescribe me a draught of Nepenthe, the great potion of forgetfulness. Wouldn't it be nicer if I could just erase everything from the very beginning of it all?
But then you wouldn't learn anything from it, would you? Oh, Eliza, you got some recommendations. What is it? Going to be another virtual program where they just spend 10, 15 minutes forgetting about their problems?
Okay, I think I need to say something to you that you might not want to hear. Maybe you could work to decenter yourself from this story just a little.
That's
How do you
a good
think
idea.
Liz felt? How do you think Sylvia felt? You've given no indication you've thought from either of their perspectives at all.
Empathy,
It's
man.
just you, your story, your suffering.
Yeah,
Try
selfish.
stepping away from that. None of us exists in a vacuum. Do you understand?
This is odd. Is that really you? I mean, yes, it's true. I should probably think about something other than myself.
Yeah.
That seems like something impossible, since as far as I know empirically, the only generator of thought is me.
From your
But you're right.
perspective.
I should find a way to get out of myself. Get beside myself. Ecstasis. Yes. I'll pursue transformative experiences. Surge forward into the unknown. Good. Yes, thank you. Odd, I know, but good. Thank you.
Well, it seems like he's gonna do something. Soren, what do you want? Evelyn, would you like to visit again? No? Dude, you go screw. You don't care about other people. All you care about is yourself. You only want to do things that this project that is only good for you. And even at that, you're not doing a good a job. Like all your backers, the people that are trying to help you fulfill your dream, your passion, the passion of trying to forget and escape from your own reality. You haven't even given them the proof that they need that you were willing to do this. You're just getting drunk and screwing around, but maybe figuratively and literally. So, no, we would not like to visit you again. You are a black hole sinking everything around you because you are just so deep into yourself that you're just feeding into it. Just interested to get a read on your current thinking, and I can update you on the latest on my side. Things are moving very, very fast. You can let me know. No, no, you're on your own. Sounds like I won't be able to put this off for much longer. I'll have to make a real decision soon. Rainer. Rainer says you're playing a dangerous game here. I'm worried I'll break your service. I'm just trying something. Yeah, well, we knew he was keeping tabs on her. Yeah, I think he's probably just worried about the Eliza program. I don't think he really cares. At least it seems that that's his most important motivation, or the factor that really affects him the most is that his success. He he even said as much that he doesn't care about the people or getting them help. He just wants to be the big man on top. I could easily have you permanently banned and all your contributions to Eliza's corpus retroactively deleted. You know that, of course. For now, I'm interested to see the results of your creativity. What if clients report much higher levels of satisfaction when you wing it like this? Yeah, then maybe this project is a bad idea. Oh, is this project, is that in reference to her going off script right now? Because it's not a bad idea. And I don't think Evelyn is qualified to be a therapist. I think let's go with this one. This one is definitely true regardless of the intent of the other two. Because if they report higher levels of satisfaction with Evelyn winging it like this, yeah, you need to rethink what Eliza does and is capable of, or whether or not it needs to be something that happens to begin with. We'll see. Regardless, you've managed quite a feat. If you had simply asked for your old job back after 3 years away, I'm not sure I would have given it to you. As it is, your unpredictability forced me to pay close attention in order to understand your actions, and that led to me being far more interested in getting you to return to the company than I would have been otherwise. Was that a deliberate strategy on your part? You did say I was a statistical outlier. No, no, we're not especially interested in being a part of your team. We didn't want to be a part of your team. You are a big douche. You're a giant douche nozzle. You don't care about people. Evelyn cares about people. She wants things that are good for people. You even pulled what is it called? A Freudian slip and called Evelyn Eliza. Sure, the names are somewhat close. For me, even though for me, like, I could easily do it because Eliza's the name of the game. You would think that the name of the game would be the name of the protagonist, right? But I mean, I think I've been doing a pretty good job of saying Evelyn. Like, you can't do the same. All you care about is your own success. All you care about or see is your own ego. So no, we don't especially care. No. I see. Yeah, you see. You see up your own butt is what you see.
I just feel stuck. It's the same situation. My wife is in her 3rd trimester now, so it's all about the baby. All baby, all the time. It's really expensive. I had no idea. Crib, stroller, car seat, bottles, onesies, on and on and on. And I'm like, I think maybe Selena's parents hate me. I'm not even sure if she likes me right now. This whole having a kid thing, it's ruined everything.
How so? Just because it's not what you anticipated? Like, did you not want a kid ever? Or is it just like bad timing? Like, I don't know. If you don't remember, this is the guy from way back. He was the first client. Yeah. What did you used to have
that was ruined?
A normal, quiet life? Ambiguity? Having the kid forced me to face some things I was putting off thinking about.
There we go.
A couple days ago, I tried to have a talk with Selena about some of the things I was worried about. It didn't go so well. I don't know what I was thinking. She started to cry and told her parents, and now I have 2 sets of parents wondering if I'm up for this. But I'm fine. I just said some thoughts around who I am. That's all. Just some thoughts. She said, "This is not a time for you to be selfish." She said I should have been more honest when we first started dating. As if I knew exactly who I was and I could warn everyone about that.
Yeah.
I still don't know who I am. If I look back, I can see I always suspected that I wasn't really the type to settle down with a wife and kids. Actually, I was prepared to have a life just by myself. It was difficult to imagine others would accept me, but then I met Selena, and she was cool, you know? I went out with her, and we started a relationship, and things seemed good. And I wanted her to stay with me, so maybe I didn't reveal enough. But it's not like I knew for sure then, you know? I really didn't. I thought things would be okay as long as I went down the path I was supposed to be on. So the relationship kept moving forward, one thing led to another, and then I got married to her. It was like I was on autopilot.
Oh, I see.
It's possible I thought I could ignore the other stuff, and I don't know, eventually it would go away.
Yeah, you know, in life, your problems never go away. Because there are many times where the thing that is your problem, the thing that gets in your way, is yourself. And you can never get away from yourself. The only way to get past many problems is to work through it, or even understand it, or you. Many people, they get into relationships with other people, and that's before that person knows themselves. You know yourself, or a combination of the two, you know? Like, it could be one person, or both people don't understand who they are. And once you find out, like, who you are, that's when you know whether or not you're compatible. Because if you don't know who you are, and you're not comfortable in your own skin, not only do you have to live with the other person, you have to live with yourself too. So it would be healthy to find out who you are before, or, you know, during your relationship, before it gets too far. I feel like that's the healthy way to do it, but it's so difficult. So many people either cannot get to a point where they realize who they are, they know themselves well enough, or take the time to be self-reflective, think about who they are, what their motivations are, what their ambitions are, and they just don't know who they are at all. These are important things, and again, you live your whole life with yourself. Might as well be happy with who you are, right?
What are the parts you thought you could ignore?
I don't want to talk about that. I just have this side to me that I haven't told anyone about, that's all.
Are you gay?
And I've been feeling that side stronger than ever. I don't know why. I wish I could stop it. It's the worst timing possible. I can't do this, you know, but I have to. I have to. I can't believe I've gotten myself into this situation. I pretended to be a normal person for her sake.
Are you asexual?
I wish I hadn't been so good at pretending.
Eliza wants us to ask, do you think things would be better if you weren't good at pretending? Of course he thinks that. He said as much.
What would happen if you didn't pretend anymore?
Well, then I I would just be whoever I felt like. I would be someone else. I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in now. I wouldn't be ruining all these lives. Selena's life, her child's life, our parents' lives. It's not their fault they got stuck with me. I'm the one bringing it all down. How did I let this happen? I'm a shitty person.
Well, that's something to consider. Like, are you a shitty person because you weren't true to yourself? Are you a shitty person because you pretended? Like, is the shitty person the person that you pretended to be? Or is the shitty person the person that you are that was pretending to be somebody else? Or what is it? Like, it's it's so difficult to be true to yourself when you don't know who you are. But when you do find yourself, it probably is the easiest thing ever, because you don't have to pretend. You don't have to put on a show. You just are, and you're happy with that. You're happy with who you are, and you're happy with your own skin. You're happy with your life, or as happy as you can be. At least you're not fighting yourself day in, day out. The person that you think you are, the person that you feel that you are, or that you're perceived to be. Okay, Gabriel, let's try something. Oh, you're going to suggest another virtual thing. No, that hasn't worked for anybody. Come on, Eliza.
I understand you're worried about the harm you might cause others. But do you really think this is the best way to cause less harm for everyone?
Is to
I
harm
can't
yourself?
think of another way. The problem here is me. It's so obvious.
How so?
If I were just normal, a normal guy, why can't I just be a normal guy?
But if you're not,
Whatever
you're not.
I want personally just doesn't matter here. I have a family to protect now. That has to take priority over everything else.
Here's a thought, though. If you hate yourself and you hate your life, how can you care for your family? Like, if you are not good at your own life, at your own feelings, or you're not comfortable with your own situation, how can you take care of somebody else? You are constantly fighting yourself. Like, yeah, you do need to sacrifice for your child, but not in so much as like you need to like kill off who you are. Like, if you, oh, it's so difficult. If you decide that you aren't who you need to be, isn't that something that you're teaching your child? Like, you can't be who you are. You need to be a specific model. You need to act a certain way, be a specific type of person. And if you don't conform, then you need to pretend. Like, that's basically what you're teaching the child. Otherwise, if you are true to who you are and you love who you are, doesn't that teach the child to love themselves? And I don't know, maybe that line of thinking is controversial in itself, but I feel like that should be common sense, in my opinion, of course. Eliza wants to know why that takes priority. Yeah, like, you can't take care of somebody else when all you're doing is suffering, because your suffering will cause suffering for other people. In fact, that's why he's in the position he is now. He allowed himself to suffer, and that is causing others to suffer, which is once again causing him to suffer. Like, I know that this is the case for a lot of people in the world, but oh my God.
And you'll continue to suffer?
Well, yeah, that's what men do. I made a promise, and now I have a responsibility. Society only works because people accept responsibility and follow through on their promises. If everyone just did what they wanted to all the time, the world would collapse. It would be a disaster. We all want things we shouldn't actually have. That's why I need to reject these other voices and stay on the right path. I'm going to be good, and I'm going to stay good. I won't let all these people's lives be thrown into chaos because of my selfishness. I owe it to them to be the man I'm supposed to be. I'm not about to let anyone down because of some noise in my brain.
I'm personally really interested to understand what that noise is. Like, where's he getting at? Maybe I missed a clue or a context to it, but I don't believe that you have to be somebody else. Like, yeah, if you have responsibilities, you should take care of them, but you can take care of the child. You can provide for the child, be in the child's life without actually being with your wife, right? I mean, if you aren't right together, if or even if you aren't meant to be a father, if that's how you feel, maybe you shouldn't be, because having a father who doesn't show compassion or love for their child might do more harm than one that wasn't there. I don't know. Obviously I've only had one situation in my life, and so I can't understand the feeling of the other side, but I feel like I have to believe that having a a parent who wants to be there has to be better than a parent that is there but doesn't want to be. Like, not having a parent, I feel like, has to be better than feeling like there's something wrong with you, that you are the problem, because as a child you don't know that, you don't understand that. Hell, there are adults who don't understand that sometimes other people's suffering is not your fault, and sometimes the way other people feel is not due to you or your actions. Sometimes it's just a result of how they're feeling and their ability or inability to handle that.
And you're sure you'll be able to keep ignoring what's bothering you?
Well, I have to. I have no choice. I'm already in trouble for making an attempt to talk about it, so I made the mistake once. But I think Selena and her family are willing to pretend it never happened. And as long as it never happens again, and as long as we just move on like everything's normal. Maybe if you can prescribe me something to, I don't know, make me feel better about all this. Make me okay with the way things are, the way they need to be.
Yeah, I don't think Eliza is gonna have anything to recommend that's gonna help this guy. He's clearly got a deep rooted concern or thought or something that is preventing him from having the life that he wants or needs to have. And like a virtual environment or even drugs is not going to help, because in his case it seems like having a drug to be able to conform is just escapism and not actually dealing with the problem. But it sounds like he feels as though not dealing with the problem is the only solution. But I don't know how I feel, because without knowing what his problem is, I don't have enough info to formulate my own personal opinion.
It sounds like you're in a very difficult place right now. You've decided to bury something about yourself that you know is true, something that can't be revealed even to your closest family members. Look, this isn't Eliza talking, it's me, the person in front of you. And I'm not supposed to talk to you like this, but I just want to say, consider the cost, please. I understand why pretending might seem like your only option. And who's to say, maybe you will be able to live successfully by keeping part of yourself hidden. But there will be a cost, not only to yourself, which you seem determined to pay, but to your future family, too.
Exactly. That's what I'm
I've seen
saying.
firsthand the way parents can turn an inability to face themselves into trauma for their children.
As I said,
Well, I don't know. I don't know what I can do. Thanks for telling me what you really think, at least. Even though it makes things more complicated.
it's
I was
always
hoping I
complicated.
would just get your bullshit answer and I would go on, but now you've gone and said some stuff that really...
Get you
Look,
thinking.
I don't know you, but I appreciate you trying to help. I don't think anyone really can, but... Are you gonna be okay doing this?
No,
I'll
not at all.
probably get fired. It's okay, though. Don't worry about me. Think about yourself. Think about the future. There might be more options than you think.
Yeah, it's not always cut and dry, black and white. Well then. Oh, look at that. 4 messages. Whoa. Oh, this thing. Okay. All right. I think this might be the last time. Who is important to you? Is it the person that you sit next to? Is it the family that you have or that you make? Or is it yourself? Who or what is most important to you? I hope you guys enjoy that. It's fun to do that every time. I just make it up as I go along. All right, we got 2 of the Eliza things and we got 1 email. Let's check out the email. Allison Zulfia. All right. I don't know who this is. Okay, thank you. Apologies in advance for the awkwardness here. I'm not even sure I have the right email address, but anyway, here goes. Dear Evelyn, several years ago, you came and visited Professor Ralston's class to describe the research work you were doing at Skanda. I was in that class, and of all the guest speakers we had, your words struck a deep chord with me. The moment you explained what drove you to create your listening machines, as you called them at the time, I finally knew what I was going to do in my life. I was a junior then, and now I'm a grad student at the UW Reality Lab, studying ways we can infer contextual information at the sentence level. It's small-scale stuff, and nothing compared to what you were doing, but the hopes of contributing in my own, however limited, way is what keeps me motivated through the hardships. Ever since I heard you left Skanda and went off the grid a while ago, I often wondered what happened to you. I thought about writing to you a number of times, but every time I started a draft, I would eventually stop because I thought I might be bothering you when you wanted to leave everything behind. I finally worked up the nerve this afternoon after a group of high school students came through the lab on a tour. Speaking to the kids, I realized that each of us pays forward our outreach, linking us in a chain that stretches backward and forward in time. That's why it's so important for me to be able to express my appreciation. You inspired me, and you continue to do so. Thank you. Allie. P.S. No need to reply. I'm sure you're either still off the grid or else you're super busy on some secret amazing new project. You know, that is so incredible. You never know the lives that you touch with the person that you are or the things that you say. It might be the most minor things like to you, but as you can see here, it could be the greatest thing that happened in somebody else's life. And I don't think that she was teaching or that Evelyn was teaching, and I don't think that Allison is teaching, but being a mentor for people, I feel like changes people's lives. It makes them be better, want to be better, and yeah, maybe pay it forward because helping others makes you want to help others as well. And I feel like that makes the world a better place to be in. All right, I'm sure this is going to be bad. Deactivation warnings. Evelyn Ishino-Aubrey, you may be deactivated as an Eliza proxy soon. You have incurred 2 infractions on your Eliza proxy account for the following reasons: deviating from the provided Eliza script. Further infractions may result in the deactivation of your account and the loss of your ability to work as a proxy for Eliza. If you have any questions or wish to dispute the infractions recorded to your account, please visit the Skanda support portal. And this one probably has 3. Yep. Oh, this one, it's the deactivation notice and not the warning. Okay. Evelyn Ishino-Aubrey, this is to inform you that you have been deactivated as an Eliza proxy. You will no longer be able to provide proxy services for Eliza, and your keycard access has been revoked. You have incurred 3 infractions on your Eliza proxy account for the following reasons: deviating from provided. Yep. All right. So it's all the same after that. You know what? Screw it. It's all been terrible. Deviating from the Eliza script. How do I feel about that? I'm not used to being rebellious. I wonder what happens now. Yeah, that's a good question. You get kicked out of the building, maybe? Nora asked if we could hang out again. Soren also wanted to meet up. Honestly, I could probably ask Ray if I could visit her place again, too. I could even tell Rainer I want to speak with him again, though I doubt he would take me up on it. I don't have enough social energy for all of them. I'll pick one person to meet up with again. Right now, we're in the camp of Nora. But Ray's such a cool person too, but I don't think she's going to understand or appreciate what we've done right now. And for those of you who are, I'm going to say introverts, I'm going to use that term, but you also understand how she feels right now, not having enough social energy. Like, there are the classic, or what I'm going to call stereotypical introverts, where, you don't go out because you don't, not just because you don't have the social energy. Maybe you have a fear of the social surroundings. You don't have the skills. Maybe you don't have the experience to be able to do that. But there are those of us that on the outside, you see us, and this is me including, obviously, since I said us, but we go out, we seem as though we're comfortable being around people, opening ourselves up to others, and, generally making merry. But we're also introverts. We prefer, maybe, I'm not sure about for everybody, but many of us prefer being alone, enjoy the quiet, the peace of being by ourselves. And we do go out, but it takes a lot of energy. Like, I feel like a lot of people find me to be, for lack of a better word, I'm going to say charming. Not that it's charming as in, like, Prince Charming. It's just like, I'm quirky, or weird and silly. But it's because I have to get mentally prepared. I have to have the energy, the willingness to be able to do it, because otherwise, if I don't have any of that, if it's like off, if it's just out of the blue and I've had a long day, I'm just as grumpy as anybody else. I just don't want to talk to anybody. I just need some me time to recharge the batteries, so to speak, But man, I say let's give Ray some space. Maybe because of the rebellious streak that we've just recently come into, maybe it's best that we hang out with Nora, and maybe she can advise maybe of where to go, how to continue. Although it would be nice to see what Ray has to say, just because she is very heavily invested in Eliza and the way it works. But maybe she'd be upset with what we've done if she were to learn that, we were actually helping people. And, like, even though Eliza is a tool, it's not doing a good enough of a job for a lot of the people out there. Or at least not for the people that Evelyn has seen thus far. So let's go with Nora. I'll hang out with Nora. She's also cool peoples. I visited Nora at her place again. Naturally, the conversation drifted to synthesizers, even though I still don't know anything about them.
You know what I wish?
What?
I wish Elisa's made a rack mount version of the Andromeda.
Okay.
What's this you're talking about?
Sorry. The Andromeda was like a synth that was like, just this real beast, 16 voices with analog oscillators, analog filters.
Go on.
How can I describe it? It has this great, fat American sound.
American?
I love it so much. But the keyboard is heavy and hard to carry around. So I wish they put it in a box. Don't look at me like that. Yes, this is what I do all day.
Hey, it's all
I
good.
stay inside my flat, buried in my synths and techno toys.
Girl,
to be
you
honest,
do
it's
you.
been a strange feeling lately. Like, wow, this is really what I do for my living. I don't get invited to attend events and give talks much anymore. The industry moved on. They mostly ignore me now.
It's all
The
good.
people I used to know, I don't stay in contact. I'm not useful to know anymore. It's like the establishment is a big bus pulling away from me, and I'm standing by the side of the street watching it drive away. But you know, I'm happy with this. I don't have to worry if someone is friends with me just because I work at Skanda.
Good for you.
I don't feel this weird oppressive hierarchy where people try to figure out where they are relative to you on a ladder when they first meet you.
Oh my god.
It's nice to be free of that, you know? I don't hold power anymore. I would never go back. Not to Skanda or any other big tech place. Not for any amount of money.
You know, I love that. Like, Nora is in such a good place right now because she knows who she is now and she loves it. She loves what she's doing. She's absolutely happy with the person that she is, the situations she's in because of who she is right now. And it's so good to see. I wish more people were like this. So many people in your life. And just like that other guy, the one that was having the baby, a lot of people, they hide these things and you never know, like family, friends, people that you love and care about could be in a similar situation and you would never know. It's so great to see like Nora is in such a good place and happy and wants the same for Evelyn too. I don't know that, you know what, I think, yeah, Evelyn is still just starting to get to a place where she can let go and be comfortable with where she is, who she is. So maybe she would like to be where Nora is. Not exactly where Nora is, but in a similar place as to Nora.
I'm glad you found a situation you like. I need to do the same for myself.
Yes, you do.
You could
Evelyn.
join me. I want to make something big, a great big work of art, you know? I don't quite know what it's going to be yet, but I've got the ideas running around. Evelyn, what if we work together on it? I feel like we could accomplish a lot working together, no? Well, you don't need silly guys like Soren or Rainer.
You don't.
We should be building amazing things for ourselves, not for anyone else.
Agreed. You know, maybe Evelyn would like to do that. I mean, she's been taking a break. She needs to find some time for herself, though, to work on who she is. But maybe this would be a nice distraction so that she could actually process it. And, you know, I think being around someone positive, having a good, I don't know, maybe role model, someone to bounce ideas off of or to give some advice. So far, I think Nora has been the person that has given the best advice. I mean, she has her own opinions about Soren and Rainer and Eliza and all that, but I feel like she and I, at least, are on the same wavelength, and I think that it's good for Evelyn to be able to have someone like that in her life, probably helping her get through things, find who she is, and get through this situation, this barrier that she has either put up for herself or that she's encountering. So yeah, you know what? Let's do it. You and me, Nora.
I have no idea what you'd want to make, though.
Well, we'll get to that part. Don't worry about it for now. Maybe we can make an installation. I have a friend looking for something to do with this warehouse space in Sodo that would be perfect for some kind of location-based experience. Or maybe I could make music, and you could come up with a visual engine that we could perform together.
That'd be cool.
We'd have to come up with a band name. Oh, wait. I just had an incredible idea. Hold on. Okay, listen to this. What if we created an open source version of the Eliza core?
What?
Get that software into the hands of the people where it belongs, not owned and controlled by a big company.
I like it.
That
like
might
it.
make Rainer angry. Wouldn't that be great? Maybe the Humanitarian Software Foundation would help us.
Oh, they totally
Couldn't you see
would.
them getting on board with this idea?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That is an interesting thought. You know, because if it is something that was going to help people, open sourcing it would be the way to do it. Because if it's for the people and it's by the people, especially the really smart people, that would be the way to get going. I mean, look at Linux. I mean, it is used worldwide. It is free. It is constantly being approved, but because people have access to it. And there are a lot of smart people out there that want to make it better. And if you want to help with mental health, getting it into the hands of people that are super smart, want to help people, have the ability to do so, and they can get their work checked by other people who are just as smart, also want to help people. That's great. I love it. You know, Nora, you're a genius. You're genius.
That's an interesting thought.
Evelyn, being around you is really nice. You make me feel so calm, like everything is going to be okay.
So sweet.
I know you have things to do and plans and so on, but whatever you decide, I hope we could still hang out together.
We will, girl. We will. No, we're definitely going to make time for her. I think things have been a lot better ever since Nora has stepped back into Evelyn's life. Like, it was literally the second thing that happened after Evelyn started at Eliza as a proxy. Second thing that happened, she met up with Nora, and things have been right through the game.
Yeah, I'd really like to. I don't know why we never did this before. Too busy, I guess.
Yeah, probably.
Or maybe we weren't ready.
Also,
People
yeah.
change. Situations change.
100%.
Well, I'm ready now. I'm sorry it took so long. Sometimes I forget there are people who care.
Evelyn, you could stay over one night. I mean, if you wanted. It doesn't have to be tonight, of course. Just if you feel like it.
Maybe I could. Maybe I will. Sometime.
The air is so clear and cold here. There's an icy breeze coming over this sound. I wonder how many people I'm seeing right now. All of them with their own feelings and desires, their own fears and hopes and dreams and disappointments. The weight and significance and complexity of human lives. From a vantage point like this, it seems so small and distant. Like I'm not part of it, even though I know I am. I'm a part of humanity, even though I don't always like it. Even though it sometimes pushes me away. I don't know why it took so long, but at least I have an answer now. It might not be the only answer, but it's good enough for the moment, and that's more than I had before. Yes, I'm sure now. I'm going to. Well, we're not going back to Skanda, or Skanda, but I guess at this point, with the way Rainer wants to take it over, maybe it should be Scamda. We're not joining Soren. Nope. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna go back to work with Ray because Eliza has not been helping people, and only going against what Eliza has been saying has it seemed that people have made breakthroughs. I think we're gonna go with Nora and do something with her. And like Evelyn was just saying, maybe it's not the answer that she needs, like end goal, but what she's going through now is what she has, and she's okay with it. She's accepting it. She's accepting what her life is and how she is and who she is for the time being as what it is. It is what it is, so to say. And I think that is absolutely healthy, and she's on the road to being content, or at least satisfied. And I think that's an incredible thing, an incredible feeling. And I so wish that this could be other people where they could actually come to terms and accept and be content and be satisfied. But let's do it. Forge an independent path and pursue art alongside Nora. After all, she was right. I could be a consultant or even start my own little company. It would give me the time and space to try making whatever I wanted to make, pursue whatever interest I had. Maybe I'll finally get that music lesson from her. Chapter 7.
No, this will work.
Are you sure?
I promise.
Please be safe, Damien.
Of course I'll be safe.
Would anyone like to have more wine?
I would.
I think I'm good for right now.
Nah, see? There it goes.
They're camping. The flames shudder and wobble as they begin to spread the logs, which crackle and hiss at the heat. After a while, the wildly leaping flames begin to steady themselves, and we settle in around the pit.
Fire. Agent of destruction and creation.
Something nice about a campfire deep in the woods, isn't there?
Yeah. Hey, thanks for coming out here with me. I know camping isn't really your thing. Well, I mean, not Evelyn's thing, but I don't know about you, Noah.
Maybe a couple times. When I was a kid.
I thought maybe since we're in pretty deep on all the things we're working on right now, we could all use it. Because I used to, when things got really bad, I'd come out into the woods and just be there. And it helped me. So I thought, maybe it would help you too.
Aw.
I don't know if it'll inspire you or what, but if more people could experience something like this, something with the same meaning it holds for me.
It is nice. Honestly, I've been doing all right. Better than before, that's for sure. Finals are soon, but I'm not too worried.
Evelyn's got her dissertation to finish up.
Oh, how's that going, Evelyn?
Oh, Nora. Nah, I know. You're not supposed to ask how the dissertation is going.
Is that a rule?
Pour me that drink anytime.
I see.
Yes, let's have a drink. I'm still kind of freezing, even with this fire going.
Nora reaches for her backpack and pulls out a thermos. She hands out plastic cups and pours them into a warm, dark liquid.
Okay, this is delicious. I've never actually had mulled wine like this before.
No? In my family, we always had it around this time of year.
You take red wine and add, what? Cinnamon, orange?
Yeah, those, and cloves, and, anise, star anise, and honey. That's it. Quite simple.
It's really warming me up.
That's what it's for. Ugh, so good. Evelyn, you doze off or something?
Man, I love this right now.
No, I'm awake. I was just looking at the fire. Kind of staring at it, I guess.
What do you see?
Everyone. People. Us.
I don't know what that means.
I think if we were going to make something to help people, it would be something that helped them see themselves. Something that reflected back on them somehow. Just a thought. It's probably nothing.
The beginnings of Eliza.
No, I like that, though. Yeah, something to help you reflect. I think that's the right track. I'm really looking forward to working on these ideas with you two. And just as soon as all this nonsense with school is over.
Everyone regards the fire in silence for a while, sipping Nora's mulled wine.
There's so many bad things happening in the world right now. But
Truth.
I don't know. Somehow, for some reason, I feel like the future is going to be okay. I don't know why. I have this feeling that we're the ones. We're the ones who are going to fix it. Not we, like, you or me, but I mean, like, our generation.
Perhaps.
There has to be a generation that wants to fix things, make things better for not only themselves, but the people that come after. And if every generation thinks that way, you would hope that things would get better for everybody as time goes on. And I don't know. I'm sure there are people that think that way and people that don't. But it's a nice thought, Damien.
Maybe we will.
Well, the important thing is to try.
True.
I feel like that's what we're meant to do. We're meant to try.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you get tired of trying. Well, at least I do.
I wonder what things will be like 10 or 20 years from now. Where we have achieved our goals. What would we say to each other? What would we say to our younger selves? the future we want, the future we're trying to create, did it even happen?
Damien looks up at the sky.
Future selves, tell us if it happened, okay? Come back in time, just tell us that you made it happen, please.
Damien.
Nice.
It's the wine.
Maybe.
It's more than just the wine.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm just interested in the future, that's all. My future, your future, humanity's future. Of course, right now, the only future I can picture is the headache I'm gonna have tomorrow morning, but...
No reason to worry about it now.
You know what, you're right. I'll have some more.
Of course.
I think I'm passing out.
Well, it is pretty late.
Good night, Evelyn.
All right, good night, Evelyn. Hey, I know you've been working hard, so have a good rest, okay? You deserve it.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, we're going to start with the basic waveforms. An analog oscillator can generate several different basic waveforms, and each has a different sound to it.
Nora plugs one of the cables into an open spot on the front panel of the modulator.
That's a sine wave.
Nora reaches for a large dial and clicks it over to the next setting.
That's a square wave.
She clicks the dial again.
That's a sawtooth wave.
She clicks the dial one more time.
And that is a triangle wave. Kind of similar to sine, isn't it? That's it. Those are the basic types.
And, you make everything out of those?
Well, it gets more complicated quickly, but let's start with that. Okay, now that you have an output wave, you want to change the pitch. That's easy, right? It's the frequency of the wave.
Nora tweaks a different dial, making the frequency of the wave move up and down.
Then you have the amplitude of the wave.
Nora demonstrates another dial. There really are a lot of dials on this thing.
To shape the sound to make it more like a note and less like a constant tone, we can put an envelope on it. Let me hook that up really quick. So this module here is a standard ADSR envelope.
ADSR? You're going too fast.
Attack, decay, sustain, release. Very simple. The simplest kind of envelope, really.
I need to, write all this down or something.
Yeah.
No. You'll learn it in no time.
Nora, you just went through 10 different concepts and I didn't get any of them.
Same.
Here, let me just put an envelope on this. And a filter envelope.
Nora.
Listen to this.
Nora presses a button on a different part of the panel.
See? It sounds like a musical instrument now. And all it is an oscillator shaped by envelopes and filters and driven by a loop sequencer.
Okay, but I don't know how you turn those beeps into that.
You just need to start playing with it.
But I don't know anything yet.
Yes, you do. You know the basics. Just start playing around. Come on, Evelyn. Try to experiment, okay? Pretend you're like a child and just do things. Don't worry about expertise or sounding good or whatever. It's supposed to be fun.
That's good advice.
So have fun!
That's really good advice. Don't get caught up in the details. We spent the rest of the night playing around and making weird noises with Nora's electronic music equipment. I didn't realize it then, but that was the beginning of a new direction in my life. The crowd at Jouissance is really responsive tonight. Something is in the air and everyone is feeling it. It might be the sense that spring is finally approaching after a long winter. Nora's been playing a bunch of her music tonight, but midway through she transitions into a different kind of track. Something a little more subdued, but hopefully still fun. This is a little track I made. Only the two of us know. I'm still working up the confidence to put my name to what I do, and I'm not sure I'll ever be the kind of person who gets up on stage, but this is still an important step for me. It's the first time a piece of music I made is being shared with the public. Nora never stopped encouraging me to mess around with all of the equipment she owns, and I ended up enjoying it quite a bit. I still don't know what I'm going to do to support myself in the long term, but I get by for now with contract work here and there. I also published an article describing how I became more skeptical of the computer-assisted therapy approach. After that, Soren and Rainer stopped trying to get me to join their companies. I don't need them. I want to reach the people who understand where I'm coming from, who want to hear what I have to say. Nora looks over and catches my eye. She's grinning. Uh-oh, that's the grin that means she's up to something.
Isn't this a beautiful track, everyone? It's the very first track ever by this girl right here.
Yo! Nora points toward me and the crowd breaks into cheers.
Everyone, let her know we want to hear more of her music, okay? Woo!
Damn, girl.
You hear that? Yeah, what do you say, Evelyn?
Yeah, it's thumping. The blood rushes to my face. People are smiling and applauding. They like what I made? They want me to make more? Nora continues her set and the music washes over me. You little mischievous creature. I don't know how it happened, but I'm tearing up right now. I have to use a sleeve to wipe my face. People are indistinct. Everything starts to blur together. I feel so warm.
I don't understand any of this, but I'm in love with it. Tonight, I'm in love with everyone, everything, even myself.
Oh, that's so great.
I've never felt like this before, and I have no idea what I did to deserve it. But for the moment, I'm filled only with gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for everything that led me to this place right here.
You're
this
welcome.
moment. Thank you.
You don't have to deserve it. You just have to feel like you need it and you got it. It's great. Wow. Oh my god, guys, that was a great game. I loved it. It was so good. So many thoughts came up. I know that this, with the choices that I made, the ending ended up being something of my own creation, so to speak, and that it, you know, if you played it and you made your own choices, maybe you would have gotten a different ending, but I loved it. And with where we are now, like, it's great just because we followed Evelyn from a path of where she was really upset. She was not sure of herself. Her life was in shambles. And we took her to a place where she was able to get some help from Nora, in at least, again, in my playthrough. And it helped a lot. We got to see that although she thought the things that she was doing didn't go anywhere, she let it go. She came to grips and came to see things are what they are, and you just need to find who you are and be okay with it. Try something new if what you're doing isn't working, and grow as an individual. Wow. Well, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this. I certainly have. This whole, what was it called? Interactive novel, or I forget what they called it, but it was very interesting, and I thought it was really great. Even though it was like a structured story, there was still decisions we got to make, and wow, it was very compelling. I hope that, again, I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that you got a lot of this out of this game. Hopefully, at least as much as I got out of it. And if you were to ask my opinion, I would say that it was an experience that you have to do for yourself, you know, and just like Evelyn, try something new, try to find who you are, be comfortable with it, and, you know, try to enjoy your life. You don't have to deserve everything. Sometimes things happen and you can accept them, and you can not accept them and move on. You can let things go. Regardless, for my advice to you all is to think about who you are. Think about the things in your life, the people in your life. Think about what's important. Make some time for yourself to really be self-reflective. Try to understand who you are, who you want to be, the path that you're going down, the things that are important to you. Because if you do, I believe that you'll be in a better place in your life. Whether or not you like where you're at now, I truly believe that if you are to know who you are, you will have a much better, more fulfilled life with fewer regrets. And I wish that for everybody. And I hope that you've enjoyed. I hope that the next game will be just as equally as great. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. And until then, bye guys.